Alright, hey guys, how's it going? Okay, so the last installment of the top 10 pickup artist list, I liked. I think the format was really cool, so I wanted to redo it again and do it this time with a different pickup artist. And this guy is without a doubt one of the best in the world and one of my biggest mentors. With that being said, let's get into the video.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.
Alright, so if you guys have not figured it out yet, the guy in this video is going to be Julian.
Julian Blanc! Ooh.
Julian's originally from Switzerland. He was going to university out there, and he decided to drop it all to learn to be a pickup artist. He moved straight to LA and eventually started working with RSD. He was not your run-of-the-mill pickup artist. This guy did everything in his fucking power to become the best. And in my opinion, in terms of getting results, Julian is the best in the world. Now, I spent years practicing and watching his infield. I studied him, I tried to imitate him, I tried to break backwards his game and try to understand it as well as I possibly could, and why he got so fucking good, and how I could use that to become good myself. Between the age of 20 and 24, I was obsessed with his infield. I watched it again and again and again to the point where I could recite it on cue. I watched his videos in my car every day on repeat. And then I started working with RC and eventually started working with Julian. Now, a lot of you guys are probably wondering, is Julian as good as he is seen in those infields? Is that his game? Yeah, he games like that all the fucking time. So I remember quite a few sets pretty well. I remember I was having like, at one point, like a three-way makeout with a couple of girls. And I remember Julian came in and he fucking just said a couple of things and the girls completely peeled off me, ran away and ran to him. There was another point where like, he made me approach this tall blonde girl and we were chummy, we were okay. It wasn't like an amazing set. And Julian comes in and she's standing in front of the bathroom. He starts heckling her about her possibly having a dick because she's standing in front of the bathrooms and she can't like, and he made the idea that she couldn't choose if she was a guy or a girl. Then he asked her why she was there. And she goes, well, I was supposed to be on a date. And he goes, what's wrong with you? Why isn't he here? And I was like, ooh. And at this point, I like kind of just like, I was like, all right, I'm out. Yeah. So it was a very interesting situation gaming with him. But dude, fucker's like absolutely sick in game. His game is absolutely astonishing. Like how good he fucking is. The fact that he's so fucking good and that so many other people are still so trash at game still appalls me to this day. The fact that people are constantly bitching about this, bitching about that, about how they can't possibly get good, and I see people like Julian going 10 steps ahead of everybody else. What is it about his game that makes him so fucking good? Firstly, he follows the fundamentals to a T.
Hello dirtbags. I am going to make this quick. The fundamentals are what you practice if you do not want to be a doofus with his goddamn foot stuck in his mouth approaching girls for a decade not knowing why he is not getting results. So they are as follows. Eye contact. Girls like it. We promise. Dominance. Be a man who takes charge. Emotional control. Can you get in a happy state? Manage general internal well-being. Vocal tonality. Are you loud enough to be heard? Do you variate pitch and pace? Attraction versus comfort. Basically, can you play hard to get while playing this ridiculous balancing act of managing the girl's insecurities while also not trying to like a total tool? Could women seriously make this shit any harder? Why not add a padlock while you are at it? Do you assume a positive future? In a night out? In the act of an approach? Grounded. Self-reassured. Resistant to outside forces, approach. The most important of all of them. This will get you improvements. And in upon itself guarantees you get better results than 90% of all men.
Number two, he's desensitized. Now, a lot of you guys, when you guys go out and game, you guys sniper approach. You guys are like, no, I don't want to approach her. She's not attractive enough. No, I don't want to approach her. She's in this group. You know what Julian did? Julian just went. Now, when Julian came here to Vegas, I remember people were always coming to me and be like, Denton, I saw Julian in club and he was making out with some average girl. He's talking to some fat chick. This is just how Julian games. Julian practices with everybody. He does not treat anybody any differently than anybody else. He goes and he approaches and he approaches and he approaches. He is constantly looking for feedback from the outside world. Why would you wait for those 1 in 5 approaches where a girl's actually in your like spectrum to approach? Why not approach all 5 girls? Like, fuck it. Like, why wait till the girl's like your attractiveness? Why would you make her in your head special instead of just approaching everybody? Why not just approach every single person? If you do this, you're going to desensitize yourself a lot faster and learn a lot quicker than you would otherwise. Now, because he approaches so much, he has a very deep and extreme tacit understanding of game. Now, if you guys are wondering what tacit is, it's almost like a sixth sense feeling. When you get really good at something or you master something, you almost get like a sixth sense and you understand like the underlying kind of energy of your mastery. Whatever you're mastering, you get almost like this like sixth sense kind of weird feeling of it. So like if I were to explain game or I start working game in my head, like I have almost like kind of like a map in my head of how game works and how different constructs work together and how they kind of like how they kind of attach and whatnot. And yeah, from years of you gaming and doing this, you'll start building this too. You should, like, as you thinking critically and you gaming and you constantly breaking down your infields, thinking about how you can possibly improve and thinking about how the other person is possibly feeling, you'll eventually kind of build this too. If you're constantly trying to mold yourself in different ways and you're not doing the same exact approach every single time and you're constantly trying to push yourself in new and extreme ways, eventually you start building this as well. Now, this is another reason why Julian's game is so hard to imitate. He loves pushing reality. He does shit in his game that pushes reality and makes people question what they believe to be real. Julian gets a real good kind of kick out of this. Now this comes down to his game developing the way it does. Now because he has such a fascination with pushing reality and kind of like pushing buttons on people, his game developed in the way that it has. Now your game may not develop this way. Your game may develop in a completely fucking different way and it's totally fine. Everybody's game, depending on what you want and what your value system is, your game will develop a little bit differently than everybody else's. Now, another key feature of Julian's game is he hits on a wide range of emotions. Now, girls are a lot more emotional than us guys. Now, so for example, like a lot of girls love horror movies. They like being scared. Who the fuck likes being scared other than a girl? Girls like a wide range of emotions, like crack. Girls like emotions. Now, Julian uses this to a very heavy degree, and he likes to push that kind of shit. He knows how to get away with this stuff. Now, the various ways he gets into it is he does something that I do. He'll scramble RAS. He'll switch subjects really fast. So firstly, what he does is he firstly apologizes, then he quickly switches subjects. Then if she persists, he does it again, switches subjects, and usually it's dropped. That's the way you do it, is you scramble RAS. You firstly apologize, let her drop it, then he quickly changes subjects so she doesn't pick it up again. Because he's playing on such a wide range of emotions, it also makes the girl feel like he's been with her longer. Now, you can also do this by moving the girl around the venue a lot and make the girl feel like she's been with you for a longer period. Now, what this does is it allows you to have sex with the girl a lot faster and build a connection with her a lot quicker. So when like a guy comes around and is like starts trying to hit on your girl, the girl's like, no, I like him, because she's been with you so much and through so many emotions, she feels like she knows you. So at a certain point, she becomes a lot more attached to you. You're not going to lose her. She's going to be a lot more likely to have sex with you at the end of the night. Now, I'm going to go back to when I was gaming with him in field. I've been with a lot of amazing pickup artists up to that point, but I've never seen anything like Julian's game in field. He games exactly like what you see on YouTube. His infield on YouTube is the exact same, and it's fucking freaky. Now, again, this was 5 years ago. This was quite a good period of time ago, and gaming with Julian for that week was kind of what pushed me over the edge and made me fucking really fucking good at game, was fucking just watching him game. And it wasn't even instantaneously. It wasn't like, it was for me breaking it down from a month to 2 months to 3 months afterwards, looking at the infield, watching him game and thinking about how the fuck did he get that good? How did he get those reactions from women? All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna start breaking down some infield and show you guys what I see in this game that makes him so fucking incredibly good.
That was shitty. Okay, focus. Hey! I love you. I want you inside of me right now. I swear to God. It's just a dream. Nothing happened here.
You're squishing my fake boob.
Hey.
I know this shit's kind of the boring stuff, but I always try to hammer home the fundamentals with you guys. If you guys are truly trying to get good at this shit, follow the fundamentals. Like, don't listen to all this like little bullshit here and there. Watch the fundamentals. Look at my fundamentals, follow them, and try to master them. One of the big reasons why Julian is so effective in set is because his fucking eye contact is so fucking powerful. It's fucking intense. Alright, if you look at any girl like this, like, a girl's gonna fucking like peel her panties off to get with you. Alright, look at all his infields, watch his eye contact, watch his dominance, listen to his tone. He uses his tone very powerfully. He's not being serious in any of his interaction. If you're a non-serious type of guy, it's a lot easier for a girl to be like, well, I want to have sex with him. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's going to judge me. He's a very kind of playful kind of dude. Like, if you're very serious in the set, the girl's going to be thinking, oh, he's one of those type of guys. He's a provider type guy. Can't have sex with him because he'll judge me for having sex with him.
What have you accomplished?
You're pretty vicious.
Get off the phone. Why? Because I said so. Fuck, girl. Don't question it.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna.
Hug me then. And stay on the phone and tell him that you're hugging another man as you talk to him. And you hear his voice soothing you as my body soothes you as well. Say hi to my friend Owen.
How are you guys? You guys are sexy. long lost lover. I just feel it.
I know.
Okay. Are they sexy? Are they sexy, or are they just good at game? Or do they just have that vibe of a guy who's one of those masculine motherfuckers? Like, who the fuck can do that? Who the fuck will be able to pull a girl like that other than like the rock star, millionaire, billionaire type guy who knows he's the shit? This is the kind of guy I'm trying to make you guys become. All right? It doesn't fucking matter about your race, your looks, your color, like what the fuck ever. Like, if you have this kind of game, it doesn't fucking matter.
I really don't feel anything different, seriously, when you met me. You just think I'm like every other guy. Really? Whatever. No, it's fine.
No, I don't think you're like every
I mean,
other.
you can go if you want. Just
No,
go. You
stop.
just treat me like any other guy. Like, you just totally use me. No, it's go. Just go.
No,
I don't even
you
want
need to stop. You need to.
I'm done. I'm done.
No, stop. You're
What?
not. I don't come back to every other
You just like
guy.
use me, kiss me, just like.
Are you out of
I
your
feel used right
mind?
now.
Are you out of your mind?
No, I'm
I
serious.
don't come back 5 times to some random guy.
So what's different about me then?
You're awesome.
Tell me. Like I can't do
What?
this.
That
I
you're
can't do this.
stop. That you're funny and charismatic and you amuse me and you're a great kisser.
And tell me that I look like a Greek god as well.
You do.
So you're not using me? Can I?
Like I said, he plays on every emotion. All right? He's doing a heavy takeaway here. And he's doing it in a very clever way. Now, if you guys actually look at my old infield from like 5 years ago, my Taking a Girl Home video, I actually, in one of the parts of the video, I'm actually imitating his game here. Like, I'm actually stealing a part of his game and using it for myself. And I'm trying to do the same exact thing. But I honestly stole it from Julian. Like, that was me trying to imitate Julian at the time. I was still around that time pretty obsessed with Julian's style of game. And, you know, to this date, I'm still pretty impressed by it. I still use a lot of his tactics.
Standards is fine.
I'm a great kisser.
You're old. No one ever to break your heart.
Well, we are each other's mirrors. So what we see in each other, we see in ourselves. So if you're saying that I'm old, you're seeing in yourself.
I'm very old. I wish I was older. Because for a guy, the older you get, the better you are. For
You
a
know
girl,
what?
downhill.
Not for me. I just finished a 200-mile relay from Huntington Beach to San
You
Diego.
don't have to qualify yourself. You don't have to try so hard.
It's not that I'm trying. It's that I know that I just
You don't have to prove
accomplished
yourself. I
something.
like you. It's fine. It's like,
not
oh, like,
about that.
baby, I did all this. It's like,
It's
you
not
don't have to
about
try.
that. I just
You're
did
good.
something really great, and I feel as young as
As a
I
12-year-old.
want to be.
As young as a 12-year-old girl.
I'm as young
Say
as
it.
I want to be.
Say, I'm as young as
I
a
don't want to
12-year-old
be
girl.
12.
I love it. Say, Daddy, I'm 12.
No, 12 is not good. 12 is too young.
Do you ever watch The Vampire Diaries?
I have never.
Why?
It hasn't intrigued me.
I'm kind of afraid to kiss you again because it was so bad. I'm sorry.
By the way, not every girl's gonna react like this to him. You have to calibrate to the situation. If a girl's not a low self-esteem girl, talk to her like a person. Don't talk to her like this. Like, this is just like kind of him being playful and shit. Sometimes he does push the interactions a little bit too far. But the interaction he pushes pretty far, he knows that are the type of girls that he can do that with. Now, that comes down to calibration and a tacit understanding of game.
Hi. Don't go, don't go. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Tell him I'm your gay friend, if anything.
Oh, my gay friend.
What's your name?
Anwar.
Focus.
This is my boyfriend.
Focus. Say
My gay friend Anwar.
Nice to meet you. Good. How are you?
Anwar.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
He's so gay. I've seen him
Dildos up my ass every night,
So
like a little hamster.
No, I swear. I like the hamsters.
No, just 2 minutes. I still
Willie,
need to catch
where are
up.
you?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Like in the butt. Like
2 minutes. Come here. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
in the
Nice.
butt. Anwar,
such
can
an
I put it
asshole,
in the
such an
butt?
asshole.
Can I put it in the butt?
Fuck you. What's your name?
Laura.
Tell me your number. I'll remember. I don't drink.
928
Okay.
4312.
Julian, I'll text you my number. Remember my name.
No. Don't take it in the butt when it's not lubricated.
Fine, girl.
Don't.
I hate you. Go. Just go. Just go.
Here's my hot dogs.
That's a number close.
Now, here's another thing. Now, a lot of you guys are like, oh, fuck, I've never done that. Oh, no, I gotta start doing that. Now, you gotta understand, Julian just has macro momentum. He fucking dived the fuck into this shit. He went out every day and night, like, just consistently for years. Like, to do this kind of shit, you have to build a lot of momentum, all right? And, like, if you have a day job, it'd be pretty tough for you guys to be able to pull this kind of game off. Like, not even playing. Like, not trying to, like, knock a lot of you guys. Like, a lot of you guys will get fucking extremely good. Like, no lie. But world class like this is world class game. This is like next level kind of shit. If you guys are gonna try to get a game like this, you gotta go out a lot. The fact that he's even like peeled that girl off her boyfriend like that and got the number the way he did and was so confident about it shows macro momentum. Shows that he's done this a lot and he's been in the interaction similar to this one and he's very comfortable in it. Okay, so in this one right here, I wish I could find like the beginning of this interaction. This is basically where I learned to get in the zone myself and kind of learned a new way of doing it as opposed to maybe Tyler's way of doing it. Now, if you watch this, Julian in the beginning of this interaction is not in the zone. What he does is he starts pulling lines from when he was in the zone and he starts using canned lines to get himself into the zone and kind of lull himself out of his like lowly introverted state. So he starts doing that, he pops himself in the zone and he starts talking to this girl and he actually pulls her home during the day.
This is your outfit, by the way. Your shoes should be black.
I know. I try to. It makes me more attainable.
Are you wearing a belt?
Yeah.
What color is the belt?
Black.
What?
Because I'm too beautiful otherwise. I'm like too much. My hair is too beautiful. Never ever do that.
Why not?
Because I'm too shy. And plus,
Why are you too shy? You look very hipster.
I am a hipster. I fall in love. 10 babies.
Why?
You could be like my little Miami tour guide.
Okay.
Would you?
Sure.
Really?
Sure.
You don't even know anything about me.
What's your name?
What if I'm like some rapist?
What's my name?
If I have AIDS,
What if I have AIDS?
I'd love you even more.
Like I said, this is all, he's DLVing right now. It's never helpful to DHV. I'm sorry, like, I've had some people like fucking disagree with me. DHVing is braggart. Sorry, end of story.
This is your outfit, by the way. Your shoes should be black.
I know. I try
Are you
to.
wearing a black-
It makes me more attainable.
Are you wearing a belt?
Yeah.
What color is the belt?
Black. Why? No, this is actually.
Judging you on your style.
I have a horrible style today. Actually, usually I'm like much hotter. But it's true. It does make me more attainable.
By the way, I use that attainable line like crazy. If you don't know what to say to a shit test and you're in your head, makes me more attainable is the line to go to. Like, that should be your back pocket.
What?
Because I'm too beautiful otherwise. I'm like too much. My hair is too beautiful. Never ever do that.
Why not?
Because I'm too shy. You did it. You fucked up my hair, girlfriend. I hate you.
Now you're saying you're using me to get in the zone so you can talk to hotter girls. So you're saying I'm not hot.
So at the beginning of the set, to get himself in the zone too, she originally was the sacrificial lamb, which is a statement he uses basically to let go. So if he cares too much, he'll basically use the first set to like get rejected harshly and he'll try to get a true rejection. He started this set off by trying to get her to harshly reject him, which turned her into liking him a lot. And so now that's how the set started going about. So like right now she's kind of reiterating what he said. There's an exercise that some RSD coaches will make their students do, and what's called the rejection game. What you do is you try to go and get as creatively rejected as possibly can. And what will happen is you keep doing this game, eventually girls will stop rejecting you because you stopped caring and you're like actually being like self-amused. What will happen is the girls start chasing you, and then you'll like be like, oh, I'm not doing the rejection game. Now I'm gonna try to get on her. And then the girl will be like, oh no, I'm not interested anymore. Then you gotta start doing the rejection game. It's a mind trip. So it's a really cool like thing that he does, like the sacrificial lamb, because it's kind of playing on the same idea that the rejection game is playing on. If you guys want to play the rejection game back home and try it out, go for it. It's a fucking good way to kind of learn something about game that you didn't know on a deeper level.
You're in the past. I'm like, oh god. In the past, I would say this would be like my line. I'd be like, girl, you're the type I'd only fuck if. You're the type of girl I'd only fuck if I were drunk. That's like the worst ever.
I'm not hot. I'm quirky. You're using me to get with other girls. You're using me to be your tour guide. You're using me to be basically your wingman.
But look at what you get in exchange.
What do I get in exchange?
The blessing of hanging out in my of being in my presence, of hanging out with me. Do you ever watch The Vampire Diaries?
These are all canned lines, so that's when it makes me annoyed when people say you shouldn't use canned lines. Almost everything he's using right now is a canned line.
It's my favorite show. I'm Damon Salvatore. Yeah. I am. I cry during that show every single time. Why don't you like me?
You're trying to twist my mind.
Why don't you like me?
You're using me.
Okay, I've changed my mind. I've changed from a minute ago.
Stereotypical man.
I'm trying to transform into a nice guy, and you're like the missing piece to complete my transformation.
What do you mean that way now?
I'm going to Cemetery now.
What? What is cemetery?
Don't worry about it. It's your imagination. Do you trust me? You shouldn't.
Fuck it. Let's see where this goes.
You shouldn't trust me.
Let's see where this goes.
Like,
if you just try to sell me into sex slave?
yeah. I'll take you to Vegas. You can make me a lot of money. Be my friend, seriously. Till Friday.
Till Friday.
Till you
We
bounce.
can act like we don't know each other whatsoever.
After that, you're nothing to me.
Right now what he's doing is he's building kind of like a very quick kind of frame, like a kind of a frame behind like one night stand. Like, we're only gonna be friends till Friday. Also, the vibe is taken on. He hasn't said anything legitimate about himself. He literally told her nothing about himself. Now, if you guys want to give off more of that player vibe, do this, do that. This is gonna get you guys a lot more sex.
Where are we going?
My basement. Excuse me, woman. Stop walking.
What?
Hi.
Hi.
Don't go to Crunch. Are you going to Crunch?
Yeah.
Don't ever fucking go there.
Why?
I love you.
Do you hear how like much he's breaking rapport in his tonality too? Listen to that while he's talking.
Excuse me. Don't ever cross. Stay here now. No, wait. Don't cross for 2 minutes. Are you Brazilian?
No.
Where?
Canada.
Toronto or Vancouver?
Neither. There's other cities.
Ottawa?
In Alberta.
I go to Queens.
Oh, really?
No. But I always wish I was from Ottawa.
Oh, do you? I've
Yeah.
never been there, so I wouldn't.
Gay. Where are you from? Yukon territory?
Alberta. It's
Really?
right next to BC.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
How old do you think I am?
28.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. He has way too much infield for this, and if I keep going through his infield and I keep geeking out, it'd be like 90% his infield and like nothing of me talking, and I might as well just like rebrand it as Julian's video. But yeah, essentially, he is really fucking good, and there's a lot of reasons why he's so good. The main reason being is because he pushed his game so hard. The idea was for him was that if I feel pain, that means I'm growing. If something hurts me or makes me feel emotionally scarred, it means I'm growing. It means I'm getting better at game. Then he believed that so strongly that every interaction he had, he pushed it. He pushed shit, and he kept going, and he approached not just the girls he found attractive, he approached everybody, because he's like, this is a skill set, I'm gonna learn this. And he knew that if he learned game, he'd be fucking great, and he'd be fucking incredible, and now he's fucking Julian Blanc. If Julian did not get as good as he did, I wouldn't have gotten as good as I did. I would have thought there would have been like a skill ceiling. And to be honest, I don't think Julian is the end all be all of game. I think we can get even better, honestly, personally. I think there's like, me personally, within the next couple of years, I imagine that I'll probably surpass Julian's game. I imagine there'll be other people like me that'll get even better than Julian was. Right now, like, game is exponentially growing in the skill sets that people have. But we're getting a lot more intelligent about the shit, and we know what we're doing. That being said, peace out.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong, I know I've been blessed.